Good afternoon. It's your boy Trey Colbeck here for another episode of Harness News Update, September 22nd edition. And we are live on our presenting sponsor, harnesslink.com. Harnesslink.com is the only harness racing website dedicated to covering news and events in the standardbred industry worldwide. And today's episode is sponsored by HarnessBid. HarnessBid is the game changer for the standardbred and harness racing bloodstock industry. It provides buyers and sellers with an easy-to-use online platform that offers global reach, unparalleled transparency and convenience for its customers with zero commission on every horse sold. Buyers can purchase horses with the confidence that they're getting the best value for their money, while at the same time, sellers can list their horses without worrying about hefty commission fees eating into their profits. For more information and to get started, visit harnessbid.com. Lot to go over today. Had a very big, exciting week of racing. We'll have recap what happened at Fraser Downs late last night, as well at Woodbine Mohawk Park. A bunch of action going up down in New Jersey. But first, I think we got to go to Delaware Fair down in Ohio and see what's going on there. First, we'll start off with the Little Brown Jug eliminations. But like always, our USA focus is sponsored by the USTA. First up here, we'll look at the 3 eliminations for the Little Brown Jug.
28-1, third panel, around the final turn. Tim Tetrick, moment is here, has the lead by a length and a quarter. Hungry Angel Boy, ready to challenge in the stretch. On the outside, Lou Bet continues to close ground through the stretch. Moment is here, and Tim Tetrick drawn away. 150 1/5. On the outside, Ken Hanover, and trailing is Burnout coming to the outside. 3/4, 121 3. 27-3, third panel, and 7 Colors has worked his way to the front and starts to open up. Racing second, that's Thunder Hunter Joe. Into the stretch they come. On top of the field, it's 7 Colors with the lead. Closing on the outside, David Miller, Ken Hanover the rush. Nice show as the race over to the 3/4 mark. 122 2. 27, third panel, around the final turn. It's Cannibal with the lead. It's My Show, railing him in on the outside. Into the stretch they come. Bugaboo Lou, 3 wide on the outside. Redwood Hanover to the wire. Cannibal, It's My Show on the outside. It's Cannibal. 149, 1/5.
Yeah, so Moment is here, won the first elimination in 150-1. We had Ken Hanover win the second elimination in 148-4, which is a new lifetime mark for him. And Cannibal wins the third and final elimination in 149-1. They lined up for the Little Brown Jug final. Let's see how it plays out.
Here they come. Off and pacing, that's Cannibal going right out for the lead. On the outside, on the inside though, Moment is here, fast out of the gate. Closing the gap on the inside as they race into the turn, Ken Hanover racing fourth from the second tier. Go on to the backside, Thunder Hunter Joe racing fifth. 7 Colors as they race over to the first quarter mark. And then comes It's My Show. Opening quarter, 25-4. And the battle's on early on the inside. Moment is here, and Tim Tetrick up on the outside. Cannibal. Yannick Jingra coming to the halfway station. Ken Hanover racing third. Halfway home. 53-3. 27-4, second panel, onto the backside. Moment is here with the lead. On the outside, Cannibal, the long mile second. Ken Hanover starts to look for room for David Miller. Up on the outside, 7 Colors. It's a race down the backside, on the inside. Thunder Hunter Joe go on to the 3/4 mark. They reach the 3/4. 122, the pedals to the middle. On top of the field, Moment is here. Here comes 7 Colors on the move on the outside. Ken Hanover needs some racing room. Closing on the outside, It's My Show. 7 Colors, It's My Show on the outside. 7 Colors, It's My Show. It's My Show. 149.
It's My Show by Sweet Lou wins in 149 flat. Scott Zeron who was in the bike, is already having an amazing year himself. He's over $7.6 million in earnings just this year. The duo can add the jug win now to an already impressive resume. Lindo Toscano trains, Richard and Joanne Young bred, and own the Pacer. But there was so much more action going down yesterday at Delaware Fair. First, we'll look at the Old Oaken. Let's see who wins.
Down the backside, going to the 3/4 mark. Hero Dada's has the lead at the 3/4 mark. 55-3. Second panel in 28. A little more than an eighth of a mile to go in Ohio. Hero Dada's has the lead. Coming back on the outside is Talent Scout. Nowhere to go. Drink up, drink up. Into the stretch they come. Hero Dada's. Drink up, drink up. On the outside, Talent Scout. It's all Hero Dada's. 153, 1/5.
Herodotus by bar hopping wins and puts up a 153-1, which is a track record for 3-year-old gelding trotters. 6th win of 2023, 8th win lifetime. Back-to-back wins now for the Ron Burke trained trotter. The Miss Versatility Leg 5 was on as well. MM's Dream, Swan for All product, gets her third straight win, 7th of the year, 25th lifetime for the 4-year-old mare. Ron Burke also trains this one. Let's see how MM's Dream wins this leg of the Miss Versatility.
Racing 6, Adair Castle. Swan's Eye trails at the 3/4 mark. Ready to go 3 wide. Tim Tetrick and Warwi Xenia at the 3/4. 123-2. Third panel in 28. Around the turn. Head to head. Nose to nose. Stride for stride. On the inside. Raised by Lindy. On the outside. Eminem Stream. 3 wide on the outside. Warwi Xenia coming on. Eminem's Dream has the lead. David Miller on top with Eminem's Dream.
Now, if we rewind the clock one more day, we'll look at Wednesday, the Jugette. There was 2 eliminations for this one. Let's see real quick, the 2 first eliminations.
Moving on the outside, Daffled Hanover at 4th, trailing the field. You Can Do It, Blue Chip. We got 2 in, 3 out, going to the 3/4 mark. This is setting up to be a humdinger in the stretch. At the 3/4, 122-2 as they race around the final turn. An eighth of a mile to go. We got a new leader on the outside, and it's David Miller, Daffled Hanover. Coming on the outside now, second and coming on. You Can Do It, Blue Chip. Into the stretch they come. You Can Do It, Blue Chip on the outside. Daffled Hanover inside. You Can Do It, Blue Chip. 150, 3/5. Go. Racing third is Sonata, back to the outside. Beautiful Seaside, 4th on the outside. Going to the 3/4 mark. Racing on the inside. Hey, hey, mama. 3/4, 121-4. Midway around the turn. Southwind Bella has the lead. Sonata closing on the outside, second. On the inside, Hodds on Hail Mary fighting to hang in there. Down the stretch they come. On top, Southwind Bella. On the outside, Sonata. It's Sonata. 150-1.
You Can Do It, Blue Chip wins the first elimination in 150-3, draws the rail in the final. Zanata wins the second elimination in 150-1, gets the 2-hole. Let's see if either of these two could win the Jugette.
Chip racing to the backside, third. Moving up on the outside with every stride. That's Southwind Bella on the inside. Daffled Hanover. David Miller starting to look for some daylight. 3/4, 122-4. 27 seconds. Third panel, they're stepping now. Sonata with the lead. Here comes the outside. You Can Do It, Blue Chip, and the battle's on. Less than an eighth of a mile to come. Sonata, You Can Do It, Blue Chip on the outside. You Can Do It, Blue Chip on the outside. Drawn away. Sonata second. Daffled Hanover third. 150-2.
You Can Do It, Blue Chip wins in 150-3, gets her 5th and 6th win of the year with winning the eliminations in the final. 10th win lifetime, 3 wins in her last 4 starts. Scott Zeron was in the bike for this one as well for trainer Linda Toscano. We also had the buck at Wednesday at Delaware Fair. Let's see who wins.
Maiden voyage. Down the backside they go. Bravo Angel S. Up on the outside. Can do Volo from way back. As the race over to the 3/4 mark. 1:24.1. Midway around the final turn. On top of the field, it's Royal Philly, but on the outside, Help of the Season with a rush. Off stride, Royal Philly. Into the lane, coming home. Help of the Season, and Peter Wren with the lead. Looks over the shoulder both ways. He's home free. Help of the Season. Pride and Joy was second. 1:54, 2/5.
Help of the Season by Help is on the way. Gets 5th win of the year, 9th lifetime, back-to-back wins, and he has won 3 of his last 4. Melanie Wren trains while Peter Wren was in the bike. Other stuff going on at Delaware Fair. The Delaware, Ohio Breeders' Championships continued. We looked at some of those earlier on Monday. We'll continue here with on Monday at Delaware Fair was the 3-year-old filly Trotters Breeders' Championship. Let's see who wins.
Wide, a long in time, and Doc Holliday at the 3/4 in 1:26, second, third quarter in 29.2. And opening up, Rose Run Yanai, now by 4 lengths and 1 more. Context Fashion is there second. 3 wide off the turn, a long in time. Between horses, Doc's Boo Boo. Coming to the wire, it's all Rose Run Yanai. Doc's Boo Boo. Photo for show.
Rose Ronyana by a Triumphant Caviar gets her 5th win of the year, 7th lifetime. First win since July 26th for this Ron Burke trained trotter. Chris Page was in the bike. Tuesday had the 2-year-old Colton Gelding Trotters final for the Breeders' Championship. Hung over, gets his 5th win in 9 starts, has also had 3 third-place finishes. Weirdly enough, has never finished second in those 9 starts. 3 straight wins now for the Robert Stewart trained trotter. Let's see how Hung Over wins.
Backside they go. Go on to the 3/4 station. 3 wide, Rose Run Zoom. Now third, now second, and after the leader, Royal President. That's Rose Run Zoom now taking the lead at the 3/4, 1:27.3. Moving on the outside, now second with 1/8 of a mile to go in Ohio. Comes Hung Over. Rose Run Zoom on the inside. Hung Over on the outside second. Royal President third. Smooth Talking fourth. Into the stretch they come. Rose Run Zoom. Hung Over on the outside. Hung Over on the outside. Rose Run Zoom, 1:57.1.
Wednesday, there was a 2-year-old filly trot for the Delaware, Ohio Breeders' Championship. Let's see who wins.
On the inside, My Rory is 4th. Will follow the cover. West 55 is 5th as they race over to the 3/4 mark. Possibility's been there every step. Now sticking the head in front on the outside. Sugar Instead and going right on. 3/4, 1:26.1. Now we'll have to deal with My Rory and Tony Hall closing on the outside. 1/8 of a mile to go in Ohio. Sugar Instead brings him into the stretch by a length and a half. Racing second is My Rory. Make no doubt about it, she's the number 1. Sugar Instead. Ron Gillespie, 1:56.
Sugar Instead by Volstead gets her 7th win in 9 starts, has never finished worse than 2nd place. 4 wins in a row now for the Virgil Morgan trained trotter. One other Breeders' Championship was on Wednesday at Delaware, Ohio, and this was the 4-year-old Open Trot. Refined gets 5th win of the year, 36th lifetime for the 7-year-old mare. Another win here for Virgil Morgan as trainer. Let's see how this one ends.
Commando L 4th. 5th to the outside, Rose Run Valor. 6, My Pal Sparky, the trailer, Marty's Magic Moment, as they race by the 3/4 mark. 3/4, 1:25.1. They're stepping 28.1. Third panel, Refined has the lead on the outside. Oh My Heart second. Inside Caviar Gold. Merriman needs some racing room. Refined has the lead. Caviar Gold looking for some daylight. through the stretch. Refined. Caviar Gold up the inside. Refined.
There was more Delaware, Ohio Breeders' Championships on Thursday. There was 2 splits for the 2-year-old Colton Gelding Pacers. Let's see who wins the first one.
At the 3/4, 155-4, 29-1. Third panel, around the final turn. Janelle Granny, the leader. Racing Rebel went back to the pylon second. Closing on the outside, Outer Banks third. Less than an 8 to go. Janelle Granny, the leader. Racing Rebel back on the outside. Coming to the wire. Janelle Granny. Racing Rebel. It's Janelle Granny. Racing Rebel. Outer Banks. 152, 2/5.
Janelle Granny by Fear the Dragon gets his 6th win in 15 starts, never finished worse than 3rd place, back-to-back wins for the Betty Clegg-trained pacer. In the second split, Rose Run Zane by Racing Hill gets his 3rd win in 6 starts, puts up a new lifetime mark of 151-1. Let's see how Rose Run Zane gets the job done.
Field by the 3/4 in 123, 27-4. Third panel, little more than an 8 to go in Ohio. Rose Run Zane has the lead on the move on the outside. Tyler Smith and Fear the Image coming on. Austin Henderson the inside. Rose Run Zane on the outside. Fear the Image. Rose Run Zane.
There's also 2 splits for the 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pacers in the Ohio Breeders' Championship. Let's see who wins the first one.
Here's Act Fast coming to him. 3/4 in 125-2. Backside 27-4. On to the front. Rock Me Like You Mean It. Been there every step of the way. Bracing himself for the oncoming power of Act Fast, who's on the outside. Nose to nose. Toe to toe. Stride for stride. Less than a 16th to go in Delaware, Ohio. And now circling up. Here's Dynamite Dylan, but at the wire. Rock Me Like You Mean It. In front.
Rock Me Like You Mean It by McCardle gets his 4th win of the year, 6th lifetime. First win since August 17th for the Christy Noble trained pacer. In the next split, Racing Rampage by Racing Hill gets his first win of 2023, 6th win lifetime, puts up a new lifetime mark of 151-1 for Darren Dowler trainer. For the trainer Darren Dower. Let's see how this one ends.
Somewhere Vintage racing in second. First up on the outside, Wicked Character there in third. 3/4 in 123-1/5. They'll pace the final turn and head for home. Racing Rampage has been there every step of the way. Turns to the top of Heartbreak Lane. Less than a 16th to go. They're on their way home. Racing Rampage with the lead and widening here. Racing Rampage going to win this Ohio Breeders' Championship. The battles for second and third. Racing Rampage in front. Finishing second was the 2 Somewhere Vintage. Third was the 4.
3-year-old Colton Gelding Trotters also had 2 splits Thursday at Delaware for the Breeders' Championship. Let's see who wins the first one.
Jet Hill with the lead here. Grand Revival at the leader's wheel disc. Racing in 2 as they went by 3/4 in 125-1/5. They'll trot the final turn and head for home. From the inside, Jet Hill. Off stride goes Grand Revival as they turn for home. Less than a 16th to go, and they're on their way home here in Delaware. And off stride, KJ Alexander as they drive to the wire here. This is Jet Hill. Jet Hill in front. Rose Run York to go second. Third was the 6 Jogging Full Trot. Fourth, there's the 1 KJ Alexander.
Jet Hill by What the Hill gets 8th win of 2023, 10th lifetime, 2nd win in the last 3. Edward Miller trains this trotter. In the next split, John Dutton by What the Hill gets 10th win of the year, 12th lifetime. The Ron Burke trained trotter has won 4 of his last 5. Let's see how this one ends.
Burton's Hill inching up with every stride on the outside. Third, now second at the 3/4 mark. 126-2, 28-3. Third panel. Little more than an 1/8 of a mile to go. John Dutton has the lead. Burton's Hill challenging on the outside second. Black Magic's third. Into the stretch. John Dutton has the lead. Burton's Hill on the outside. Black Magic's out moving between horses. But it's all John Dutton. Black Magic. Burton's Hill. 1, 1:55.
And last but certainly not least, to wrap up the Delaware here, the day of Delaware on Thursday, we'll look at the 3-year-old filly Pacers Breeders' Championship. There was 2 splits as well. Let's see who wins the first one.
Now that's Celebrate Me Home as they go to the 3-quarter mark. On top, Somewhere Under Heaven takes them over to the 3-quarter mark. 1:21.4, 27.4. Third panel around the turn. Somewhere Under Heaven has the lead and opens up now by a length and 3/4. Make it 2 into the turn. It's Cruise Alert second, closing on the outside. Chris Page with every stride. Celebrate Me Home, but no doubt about this one. Tony Hall, Somewhere Under Heaven. 1:51, 4/5.
Somewhere Under Heaven by Nob Hill High gets her 6th win of the year. Did not race as a 2-year-old. The 1:51.4 mile time is her personal best. Stephen Carter trains this filly. The next split was won by McSeaside. Down by the Seaside product gets her 6th win of the year, 9th lifetime. Now is over $500,000 in career earnings. Ron Burke gets another training win in Ohio. Let's see how this pacer does it.
Ready to go 3 wide, Dragon by the Sea, and Tyler Smith. Racing up next comes Lofty Treasure and Dan Noble. 3/4, 1:23.4, 27.3. Backside, little more than an 8 to go. McSeaside with the lead. Kasaji on the outside second. Third is Fear the Britches. Into the stretch they come. It's McSeaside and Chris Page on top. Fear the Britches and Kasaji in a photo for place 1:51, 4/5.
That's everything from Delaware, Ohio. Now we'll go jump back a little bit farther. Monday at the Red Mile, Kentucky Commonwealth Finals. There was 6 finals on the card. First up, the 2-year-old Colton Gelding Pacers final. Let's see who wins.
Rockin' Poppin' is now third, pondering a move to the outside, trying to get started as Men Against Crime. Dropping back Sir John B. Blood Bond has been outgunned so far, and the trailer is Lil Bliss. The leader is Swaggy Cal. They pass 3/4, and Swaggy Cal gets there in 1:23.2. Up on the outside, Rockin' Poppin', loose for the drive for Tony Hall, and here he comes now. Back from third, it's Kissin' Captain. Up the inside, Sir John B. Down the center, Men Against Crime. Still plenty of hopes here. Rockin' Poppin' not finding much under pressure. Sir John B up the inside at a big price. Here's Sir John B and Andy McCarthy from the outside. Rockin' Poppin'. Sir John B and Rockin' Poppin' in a photo. I'd go inside. Sir John B maybe in an upset here in 1:51.4.
Sir John B, a Stay Hungry product, breaks his maiden and took 6 starts to do it. The 1:51.4 time was the mile for trainer Tony Alegna. The 2-year-old Colton Gelding Trotters was the next one we'll look at. Show Me by Chapter 7 also breaks his maiden, has finished in the top 3 all 6 times, however, in his career. A 1:53.4 was the time Julia Miller trains. Let's see how Show Me gets the job done.
He's racing in 4th for Anthony McDonald, sliding through inside Casanova Hall. Then it's Bright Star as Show Me goes after International Law to the 3/4. International Law still has the lead. Show Me within a neck now, second. Flyby ready to roll from third. Pickpocket is now 4th. They trot past 3/4. 1:25.1. International Law needs to dig deep and buckle down. And now on the outside, Show Me to take the lead. International Law's off stride. International Law made a gallop as they passed that 7/8 marker. Show Me has the lead. Pickpocket is up to second. Down the center in Casanova Hall. Show Me almost home. Here's Casanova Hall into second. Show Me wins. Show Me beats Casanova Hall with Pickpocket third. Big favorite International Law self-destructed in the final 1/8 of a mile. And the final time for the race was 1:53.4.
Now we'll look at the 2-year-old filly Pacers. Flawless gets her 2nd win, puts up a new personal time of 1:51.2, 5 top 3 finishes and 7 starts. Let's see how Flawless wins here.
To it. Just a Mickey Moment would have to unleash a furious late rally from there. She's still last as they race to 3/4. Flawless yet to be tested. She leads a 1.5 lengths. Caviar Dawn is second. American Hope is next, floating 3 high and on a rush now. Here's Fearless Better, less than a 1/4 mile to pace. They're on their way home. It's Flawless in front. Time to go to work. She has a lead a 1.25 lengths. Just a Mickey Moment, and down the center, Fearless Better, less than an 1/8 of a mile to pace. It's Flawless in front. Blazing Bell surfacing with late pace. Here's Blazing Bell inside of Flawless. Jingra keeping Flawless to her task, and Flawless got a soft opening quarter and throws the knockout punch. Blazing Bell was second in 151-2.
3-year-old filly Pacers will be the next one we look at. Let's see who wins.
Third, late for dinner on the outside, lifts 3 wide for the drive, less than a quarter of a mile to come. Up front, it's Hungry for Love in a bid to make all 3/4 at 122 flat. Hungry for Love wheels in, horizontal, tries to get to her second off cover. It's late for dinner now, third up the inside, can't get you out of my mind, but Hungry for Love is strong here. Hungry for Love kicking clear with authority. The daughter of Stay Hungry for Ronnie Burke. It's Hungry for Love and Todd McCarthy down the road to win the opener. They won by 4 in the end. Close then for second, either late for dinner or can't get you out of my mind. Horizontal flat late. She was fourth ahead of Diamonds and Pearls, the mile at 1:49 flat.
Hungry for Love gets her third win of 2023, 9th lifetime. First win since June 4th. A 1:49-mile time is a lifetime mark. Ron Burke, a name I've said a lot already today, was a trainer for Hungry for Love. 3-year-old filly Pacers will be the next one we look at. Catholic gets her second win of the year, 4th lifetime. Last win was on August the 1st. Marcus Melander trains Catholic. Let's see how she wins this one.
Hanover Piano Bar locked in the box, no place to go. Also in tight there is Valora Kemp, and out the back is Della Rose as they race to the 3/4. 3/4 complete, and they go to the top of the stretch in 1:25-3. Believe you me, with work to do, Catholic at her wheel. Up on the outside, Morning Maker. Off stride is Della Rose. Swanky Hanover ducks to the inside, and Piano Bar looks for a way out. Less than 1/8 of a mile to trot. They're on their way home. Piano Bar wheels 4 outside for Svanstead. Taking over the lead is Catholic. Inside, Swanky Hanover. Who do you like here as they trot to the wire? It's Catholic outside. Catholic will win it. Catholic gets the job done over Swanky Hanover second. Believe you me third. Piano Bar fourth. 1:53-2.
And the last one we'll look at Monday will be the 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trotters finals. Prince of Honor by Wallner gets his 4th win of the year, 10th lifetime win, has won 4 of his last 5 starts. He puts up a new lifetime mark as well of 1:51-4. Let's see how he does it.
To the far turn, has a lead, 1.5 lengths. Espresso is second, but he's been hard used. Saying what I'm thinking's on a first over grind, towing Prince of Honor nicely into the race. He's only 4 lengths off the lead here as they go to 3/4. Down inside, it's feeling optimistic. The rest will have to hurry up as they pass 3/4. Jaman through 3/4 in 1:24 flat. On a wild gallop went Sparks Fly. Here's Prince of Honor, loose for the drive off the perfect trip here. Here he comes now. 1/8 of a mile to go, and Jaban has to buckle down as Prince of Honor, under a full head of steam, under light Todd McCarthy handling. Prince of Honor is now taking the lead. Late race from Best Friend Volo down the center. Best Friend Volo charging into second. Prince of Honor, well handled to win it. That was a confident drive from Todd McCarthy, and he tripped out perfect. Prince of Honor beat Best Friend Volo to win the Kentucky Commonwealth Series in 1:51-4.
Now we'll jump to Tuesday at the Red Mile. The Kentucky Golden Rod finals were on. 8 finals here. First up, the 2-year-old Colton Gelding Pacers. Let's see who wins.
By Fear the Madness as they pace towards 3/4. Arson taking plenty of heat here. He's just ahead in front with Nuclear coming to call on the outside. It's a patient Tony Hall with Woman Layer who's getting ready to tip 3 high. Less than a quarter of a mile to pace. They're on their way home. Arson under siege. Nuclear takes his shot, but Woman Layer is now loose for the drive. Down inside it's Steely Knife. 4 chances here, 1/8 of a mile out. Steely Knife moving at the rail. Arson is very game. Arson still in front. Steely Knife trying to get by. Arson turned them all away. Arson, a much the best winner of the first race of the afternoon in 1:51-1.
Arson by Captain Trenchers gets his 6th win in 9 starts. Finished outside the top 3 only once, which was his only start in the Pennsylvania Sire Stakes. Otherwise has been dominating here in Kentucky. The 2-year-old Colton Gelding Trotters winner was Swan Explosion. A Swan for All product gets his 5th win in 7 starts, puts up a new lifetime mark of 1:55-2. Back-to-back wins now for him. 6 top 3 finishes in those 7 starts. Melanie Wren trains. Let's see how Swan Explosion gets the job done here.
Mont Saint Michel tries to quicken things up. The plugs are out there and moving up on the outside. Swan Explosion is locked in and looks for racing room ahead of Samwise the Brave and 6-Pack Mac, but they all have to beat Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin to the top of the stretch, leads now after 3/4, in front by 1.5 lengths. Second, Mont Saint Michel. Third at the inside, Spirit Chaser. Off stride, Lockheed Martin. Everything going his way, and he jumped it off. Lockheed Martin jumps it off, and now Swan Explosion will get a seam between for Pete Wren, jumping it off with Spirit Chaser. The complexion changes noticeably, but Swan Explosion has powered to the front. Melanie Renfran, driver Pete Wren on their way to a Goldenrod final victory with Swan Explosion. Swan Explosion by 4 in the end. Second was Spirit Chaser. Off stride at the wire was Six Pack Mac. Then back to Mont Saint Michel. The mile in 1:55 and 2.
Now we'll look at the 2-year-old fillies. First, we'll look at the trotters. Let's see who wins.
The first to make a serious move. She goes to the 3/4 in front by a length and a half. Du Maurier is second. Haloa's on the grind third. That toes Green Mercedes into the race, but she's got to go 3 high right now. Miller calling on her. Pizzelle with a shot from there. She'll wheel to the far outside. They pass 3/4 in 1:25 and 3. Less than a quarter of a mile to trot. They're on their way home. Who do you like here? Down the center, Green Mercedes, and on the far outside, it's Pizzelle. Green Mercedes trying to track down It's My Hill. Inside, the Roxbury. Far outside, Pizzelle. They're swarming in. The Roxbury with an inside lane. And the Roxbury and Dave Miller to win it. Up for second is Pizzelle, tight after that, 1:54 and 4.
The Roxbury by Wallner gets her second win. 4 top 3 finishes in 5 starts. A 1:54 and 4 is a lifetime mark for this trotter. To the 2-year-old filly Pacers, Every Man's Dream by Always Be Mickey gets her 4th win in 7 starts. She has always finished in the top 3 in those 7 starts. A 1:51 and 2 is a lifetime mark. Let's see how the job gets done here.
5/8 and go towards 3/4. They went 55 and 4 to the half. Every Man's Dream still has the lead, a comfortable length and a quarter. First over is Fear of Moonlight, inside Odds On Live Ball. Then back to Moose La Rouge. Jules Hill got shuffled back a touch. Winding up from the back is Moonlight Mickey with Doctrine. There's less than a quarter of a mile to go. Off 3/4 in 1:23 and 3. Every Man's Dream still has the lead with work to do. Fear of Moonlight to the attack. Odds On Live Ball looks for a way out. So does Jules Hill. Wheeling wide is Moose La Rouge. 1/8 of a mile to pace. With the advantage, Every Man's Dream. Jules Hill gets loose. Jules Hill charging hard now with less than a 16th to go. Every Man's Dream, Odds On Live Ball, and Jules Hill. Every Man's Dream driven out. The favorite wins. Every Man's Dream. Second, Odds On Live Ball. Jules Hill third in 1:51 and 2.
Now we'll look at the 3-year-old filly trotters first. Let's see who wins.
Toulouse-Lautrec was trying to get back into the race and just made a second break as they trot towards 3/4. Cyberspace has the lead. Overboard, getting ready to launch off her back for Dexter Dunn. Moving up on the outside, Snessa Pride, then Peekaboo Lady. 3/4, 1:24 and 2. Less than a quarter of a mile to trot. They're on their way home. Overboard, out for the drive and charging hard to take the lead. Peekaboo Lady wheels to her outside and battling back is Cyberspace. 3 chances here, an 1/8 of a mile out. Overboard driven out with the lead. Peekaboo Lady races to her on the outside. Overboard almost there. Peekaboo Lady surging. Peekaboo Lady gets up. Peekaboo Lady nailed Overboard on the money in 1:53 and 3.
Peekaboo Lady by Swan for All gets a 5th win of the year, 6th lifetime, now over $100,000 in career earnings. Christopher Beaver trains. The 3-year-old filly Pacers was won by Keep My Secret by Captain Trenches. 7th win of the year, 8th lifetime. Has finished in the top 3 11 times in 12 starts this year. Not too bad. 5 straight wins, 3 straight sub 150 times. Annette Lawrenson trains. Let's see. Keep My Secret. Keep the rolling going.
And Queen of the South is on the ropes. She did too much too soon and freshen up the first to attack. Keep My Secret is on her back, launching 3 wide here. Ziron on Duchenne. Less than a quarter of a mile to pace. They're on their way home. Keep My Secret launching her bid for the lead on the outside. Duchenne ducking to the inside. Prideful trying to turn them all away is Freshen Up. 1/8 of a mile to go. Keep My Secret bidding for 5 in a row, and she now strides forward. It's Keep My Secret and driver Tony Hall. They're pacing away to win the Kentucky Goldenrod final. It's Keep My Secret at 2-5. Very close for second. Devilish Dreams are Prideful in 1:49 and 4.
Now on to the 3-year-old boys. We'll look at the trotters first. Let's see who wins the 3-year-old Colton Gelding trot.
Second, Grizz Willie first over to the leader, towing Chamba into the race, and Chamba's perfectly spotted here as the big favorite. Third over in the cover flow is Buckhead Ridge, locked in Man Clain. They make their way toward 3/4, and Grizz Willie has overpowered Morning Edition, but the ominous presence of Chamba, who looms large here. Less than a quarter of a mile to trot through 3/4 and 1:25 flat. With dead aim, Chamba tries to go get this big long shot, Grizz Willie. Off the turn and the stretch drive, Grizz Willie has the lead. Chamba to the leaders wheel now second down the center. Buckhead Ridge is coming on, ducking to the inside, overpayment. Chamba better hurry up. Final 16th of a mile. Here comes Buckhead Ridge down the center. Mohatuaz and from between Buckhead Ridge takes the lead late. Buckhead Ridge. Buckhead Ridge narrowly over Mohatuaz. Chamba had no excuse. Flat late in 1:52.3.
Buckhead Ridge gets his third win in 2023, fourth win lifetime. A 1:52.3 time was his lifetime mark. First win since August the 7th. Greg McNair trains. 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pacers was won by Congressional. Another Always Be Mickey made one start as a 2-year-old, finished 9th, but came back in 2023 and has already made 22 starts this year. 4 wins, 13 top 3 finishes for trainer Noel Daly. Let's see how Congressional wins here.
It was Captain Carlos back at the inside. It's Day Trader as Can't Stop Lou tries to go down the road in here. They went by 3/4 with Can't Stop Lou there. He puts up 1:21.3 for 3/4. Congressional moving big time now. Off cover Blue Lou looking for room as Captain Carlos. They straighten for the drive. Congressional blows by Can't Stop Lou. Did too much too soon. From downtown, Caviar Callum at a big price. Trying to wheel into the clear, Captain Carlos, but Congressional has fled the scene. Congressional on his way to a dominant victory here. It's Congressional in front. Second is Vichy, close then for third, probably Caviar Callum in 1:49 flat.
All right, that's everything I have for Kentucky. Now we'll jump to New Jersey. Freehold Raceway held a variety of some stake races too on Thursday. First up, we'll look at the New Jersey, the Garden State for 3-year-old filly trotters. There was one split. Let's see who wins.
Good Chardonnay, though, looming in her shadow. HL Ballerina, 3 lengths off the lead from third by 3/4 in 1:27.1, 28.1 up the back through the final turn. Kadari just with about 1/8 of a mile to go, but a good Chardonnay to the outside. Now lays her aim. Top of the stretch. Narrow lead for Kadari. A good Chardonnay trying to brush by to the outside. A good Chardonnay strikes the lead with a 16th to go, and a good Chardonnay kept to task, drawing away here from Kadari to win by about 1.5 lengths. HL Ballerina third, Queen Camille fourth from Sweet Tactics in fifth, 1:56.4.
A good Chardonnay by Wallner gets her 6th win of the year. Went winless as a two-year-old last year. She's won 2 of her last 3. Julie Miller trains. There's also the New Jersey homegrown Thursday at Freehold. Let's see who wins.
Roll up the backstretch here. Narrow lead for Wall of Blue by about a neck. Wreck Time continues to progress to the outside and now takes a tight lead. Pembroke Southie waiting for somewhere to go. Twin Bee Allure on that cover. 1:26.3. The 3/4 time, 28 seconds. 4 in, 3 out. Just about 3 lengths covering them here to the top of the stretch. Wall of Blue holding Wreck Time at bay. 3 high. Here comes Twin Bee Allure and that passing lane ready for Pembroke Southie. A cavalry charge for home in the homegrown. Wreck Time to the outside. Twin Bee Alert deeper. Belterra from the back. Wreck Time trying to get to the line, but Twin Bee Alert to the outside. Fights on. Wreck Time.
Wreck Time wins the 3-year-old filly pace homegrown. On the Huntsville product, its 7th win of the year, 14th lifetime, has now won 4 straight, including the New York Excelsior final. Now we'll move on to the Renaissance eliminations. There was 2. Let's see who wins the first one.
Likes to catch here on Mickey and Love, who's trying to flee the scene by 3/4, 1:25.3, 28.1 to the third panel around the final turn. Mickey and Love holding about a 3.5 length cushion on odds on Stano, now starting to hit flight. Back then to My Special Event, being overtaken by Top of Mind to the top of the stretch at 1-2. Mickey and Love turns first. Odds on Stano well back in second, then even farther back to Top of Mind, trying to take third, but to the finish, a walloping here by Mickey and Love. Mickey and Love, pillar to post. Odds on Stano second. Top of Mind third. Tight for the last spot between My Special Event and Always Be Merry, 1:54.
Mickey and Love by Always Be Mickey wins the first one in 1:54 flat. This is 5 wins in 8 starts for the 2-year-old filly. Let's see who wins the second elimination.
Now pulls out a third. The race is on here in the final quarter. I'm a Believer. 2.5 lengths better than Past the Dream. 1:30 the 3/4 time. Outside, Grace Bay overtakes second. Gaeta's on that cover, and odds on Selenium shuffled to last to the top of the stretch. Gaeta off stride. So I'm a Believer. 2 lengths in front. Grace Bay not making a dent. Past the Dream to the inside. Try and hold third. But at 1-5 here, Siegelman turns for home with I'm a Believer. Grace Bay with a final try to the outside. I'm a Believer, though, go. Pays off the faithful. Wins here by 2. Grace Bay second from Past the Dream. Odds on Selenium fourth. 158-3.
I'm a Believer by Huntsville gets her first win in 10 starts. Not too bad. She does it in 158-3. Let's move on to the 3-year-old Colton Gelding. Sorry, the 3-year-old, Colton Gelding Trot's first leg of the New Jersey Sire Stakes here. There was 2 splits. Real tight finish in the first one. Let's see who wins.
V from second, 2 3/4. The favorites hook up in 127-4, 29-3 up the back, and around the final turn, slight advantage to Dillad Marbuter trying to get Sinatra V past to the outside to the top of the stretch. The 4-5, the 6-5. Who will it be? They're 2 in front of Candy Bomber in third, and some kind of crazy fourth. Dillad Mar digs into the inside. Sinatra V straightens to the outside, trying to get to him. Dillad Mar slight advantage. Sinatra V to the outside. These 2 stalwarts to the line and stubborn together. It's tight. Outside, Sinatra V, Dillad Mar to the inside. Which one was it? Camera will find out in 156-2.
Sinatra DeVee was determined to be the winner. The Southwind Frank product, it's the 6th win of the year, has won 3 straight, and is trained by Eric Foster. In the second split, Optrix now has won 3 straight in a row, 6 wins on the year. Let's see how Optrix gets the job done.
29 seconds up the back. Optrix around the final turn, now puts a head in front. Cal Miles and Shell battling back to the inside as Smooth Landing saves ground from third. Full scale on a full retreat to the top of the stretch. Optrix to the outside narrowly. Cal Miles and Shell game to the inside. Smooth Landing third, but Optrix to the line under a Siegelman hand drive. Cal Miles and Shell second. Smooth Landing third. Dark Mind grabs fourth in 155-4.
And that's everything I have from south of the border. Thank you again to the USTA for sponsoring our U.S. focus. On to the grassroots semifinals. Took place last night at Woodbine Mohawk Park. There was 2 eliminations in each of the 2 of the 4 divisions. First up, we'll look at the 2-year-old filly Trotters. 2 eliminations, like I said. Let's see who wins the first one.
She trots a lot. Also getting up into it late is One Night in Paris. Big recovery coming from Sue Ann. 3/4 up in 128-2. Her currency still there. She was prompted all the way in the 3rd quarter by T-Lake. T-Lake on the outside. She trots a lot. The long shot looking for some racing room. Now out off cover. Here comes P.L. Rachel. Her currency. She trots a lot. And P.L. Rachel there in deep stretch. Her currency almost there. P.L. Rachel closing. Her currency. P.L. Rachel, they hit the wire together. It's a photo finish in the first. 157 the win time. P.L. Rachel was closing against her currency.
P.L. Rochelle by Muscle Mass wins after a 10th place finish by a big distance last time. A 157 time is her new lifetime mark. The second split was won by Flirty Dancer. Looks like a Chippendale product. Gets her 5th win of the year, 3rd in a row. Also gets a new lifetime mark of 157-1. Let's see how Flirty Dancer does it.
Let's head out a notch now on the way to 3/4. Continuing to grind first over Karen's Dream. Now just up to the wheel. Off cover and rolling. Here comes Flirty Dancer getting in gear. And they wheel for home. Birthday Money is the target. Out for the drive. Abby Cadabra. Flirty Dancer now steamrolling off cover and trotting on past. Flirty Dancer wrestles the deep stretch lead. Back into second. That's Birthday Money out late from third. Abby Cadabra. Flirty Dancer is on cruise control here late. Flirty Dancer makes it 3 straight and wins under wraps. Flirty Dancer, a dominant 157-1 tally.
On to the 2-year-old filly Pacers. Let's see who wins the first one.
Will retake command, but has been hard used to get there. 3/4, 125-1. Pretty Missy May now back to second. Out there third. Greatest Pleasure. She was covered up briefly. Now tips off cover, and look at her go. It's Greatest Pleasure turning it on late and is under absolutely no urging to do it. Greatest Pleasure widening and increasing the margin as they come to the end. It's Pasta Delight on late for second, holding on for third. How much at the inside, but it's going to be Greatest Pleasure scoring easily here. 152-3.
Great Pleasure by Better's Delight gets her 4th win on the year, has won 2 of her last 3. The second semifinal was won by Better with Glasses. A Better Than Cheddar product gets her 3rd win and puts up a new lifetime mark of 152-2. Let's see how Better with Glasses wins.
They approach 3/4, and the leader is Bonita's Best Bet. Now coming under some tip-tap urging. Back out for more. There goes Tribal Dancer. Tribal Dancer coming after Bonita's Best Bet. Inside Better with Glasses, not far off third. She's hunting some racing room down at the inside. Trying to find a sieve now, dives to the pylons, and here she comes. Better with Glasses, shooting up the cones. Still there, Bonita's Best Bet. Also trying to work on through Cheese Party at the inside. Better with Glasses has drawn the bead late, and it's Better with Glasses with a ground saving trip. She will score, stops the clock in 1:52 and 2.
Onto the 2-year-old Colton Gelling Trotters. Both of the semifinals had real close finishes. Let's see how the first one ends.
Now tipped out from third to go on the offensive are No Mercy as they come to head stretch inside Salem Sealster. Just waiting for his cue, working up into a good covered position fourth. That is Alexander, 3/4, 127 and 3. Ways and Means is going to try and finish it off and is still going. Salem Sealster drafting on the helmet all the way and is now trying to find a seam to the outside late. Here comes Salem Sealster going to chase Ways and Means to the finish. Ways and Means, Salem Sealster now taking a shot late. Oh, and he got right up into the win photo. Another bang finish here in 1:56. It's a
Salem Sealster by Muscle Mass gets the win, second win of his his short career here. Had some braking problems, but bounced back good. Puts up a new lifetime mark of 1:56 flat. Like I said earlier, the second semifinal is really close too. Let's see it.
Northern Chancellor, the one to try and track down as they near 3/4. Here comes the Chestnut Royal Du Hurrah, getting a bit closer out there in second spot. Now up to the saddle pad, keeping tabs in third. That's Brutalizer, capping on cover fourth. Gaelic Piper, so 3 wide around that one, making a big recoveries. Missouri. And they're in the stretch. Northern Chancellor holding them at bay. Now finding a seam in between. There goes Brutalizer. Brutalizer coming on and is trying for the big upset. Missouri rallies on the grandstand side. Northern Chancellor. Missouri has come all the way back. Missouri and Northern Chancellor. Here's the wire. Oh, it's another tight one. Maybe Missouri on the far outside in what would be an improbable win. We'll await the win photo, 1:57 and 2 in the 7th.
Missouri by Muscle Mass gets his third win in 6 starts, has finished in the top 3 5 times, now has back-to-back wins. Over in the 2-year-old Colton Gelding Pacers, there's 2 semifinals as well. Let's see who wins the first one.
56 and 3, and they pair up on the way to 3/4 like a glove, ratcheting up the pressure against McWicked Time, and they are stride for stride at the 3/4 pole in 1:23 and 4, 27 and 1. Tussle in the 3rd quarter, and nothing settled. Like a glove outside short lead, down at the inside. That's McWicked Time. D.A. McDreamy is there, trying to knife through in tight quarters vis-a-vis Blue Chip, and away out wide South Wind Circuit. Like a glove strikes the front. He's going a big one. Here's vis-a-vis Blue Chip, and a host of them challenging late, but it's Like a Glove. Monster effort here to win it. He survives the onslaught late and stops the clock in 1:52 and 2.
Like a Glove by McWicked gets his third win in 6 starts. He also puts up a lifetime mark of 1:52 and 2. Dr. Ian Moore trains. The second semifinal was won by T.H. McMurray, another McWicked product. 4th win in 7 starts. He wins in 1:52 and 1. Let's see how T.H. McMurray does it.
Margin over A Star Was Born. Unrivaled Hanover getting into gear. He's made it to 3rd. 4th inside, that's Enforcer. He appears live. 3/4, 1:25 and 2. And they wheel into the stretch, and they're chasing T.H. McMurray, who turns on the afterburners now and skips away by 2 lengths. T.H. McMurray pouring it on late. Unrivaled Hanover comes on to grab second. A Star Was Born trying to hold third, but it's all T.H. McMurray. Another walk in the park here. Scores by a couple. Unrivaled Hanover was a good second. And finishing third, A Star Was Born. 1:52 and 1.
That's everything from Wood by Mohawk Park. Now on to the West Coast. Fraser Downs late last night. Kicked off at 9 p.m. my time, so 10 p.m. Eastern time. First race of the card was the BC Bred Stakes. The Mary Murphy second leg for 3-year-old fillies. Let's see who wins.
Off about 4 now. is West Coast Captive, Heart of a Dragon, and Diva Amour. As they head towards the three-quarter mark, it's Side Piece out there in the clear. 3/4. Pick that up to 124 and 4. And Side Piece is out there now by 2.5. Custard or Nothing is second, and Crown Princess third. Off the turn into the stretch in the Mary Murphy elimination, and it is Side Piece. Side Piece is paced away by 5, by 6. Side Piece is well in the clear and wins it quite comfortably. Custard or Nothing second, Crown Princess third, Heart of a Dragon, West Coast Captive, and Diva Amour.
Side Piece by Shadowplay gets her 5th win of the year, 9th lifetime, puts up a new lifetime mark of 152 and 4. Now has back-to-back wins, both coming in the BC Bred Stakes. On to the boys, 3-year-old Colton Geldings in the Robert Murphy Memorial second leg. Let's see who wins the first one.
Sitting in second, Mickey Mantle is third. He's about 4 off the lead. Big break of 4.5 now to Poppin' Like Pez, moving into another spot now. There's Catch Me Oliver, 3/4 up, 123. Midway on the final turn, and Rum and Raisins with the lead. Tight to the helmet, Usual Suspect. Mickey Mantle is now coming out and tipping out for the drive. As they wheel for home, it's Rum and Raisins with the lead. And down the lane they come. Rum and Raisins, Mickey Mantle, Usual Suspect on the inside. Rum and Raisins, Mickey Mantle is coming over the top. And Mickey Mantle will win it. Rum and Raisins second, Usual Suspect third, Poppin' Like Pez, followed by Catch Me Oliver, Outlaw Western Style, and The Last Waltz in 152 and 1.
Mickey Mantle by Custard the Dragon gets his 3rd win, first win since July 15th when he won in the Alberta Sire Stakes Maverick elimination. He puts up a new lifetime mark of 152 and 1 here at Fraser Downs. In the second split, Domi, Living It Up sired pacer, has back-to-back wins now, both also coming in the BC Bred Stakes. 7 wins on the year. Let's see how Domi does it.
Billy Buxton, who's sitting in third, Promising Shadow, Tea and Custard, and Dylan James is now on the outside. As they head towards the 3/4 mark, Domi still with that lead, still in second, Luke's Proclamation, followed by Billy Buxton. They'll trip the 3/4 beam in 126 and 2. Picked up that quarter. They're midway on the turn, and Domi leads it by 2 1/4. Luke's Proclamation, followed by Billy Buxton and Promising Shadow, off the turn into the stretch, and Domi with the lead now by 3. It's Domi, Luke's Proclamation, trying to hold off Billy Buxton and Promising Shadow, but Domi goes all the way. Luke's Proclamation second, Promising Shadow third, I believe it's Billy Buxton fourth, in 154.
And then the last split for the 3-year-old Colton Geldings here. Speak Dollar and Cents gets his win after finishing second in the first leg. This is only a second win of the year. First win since July 3rd, where he won at Running Aces. Let's see how Speak Dollars and Cents wins here.
Leads it by just over a length. Chief is Boss second by 3. On the outside now is Rilkoff as they wheel for home. It is Speak Dollars and Cents with the lead. Chief is Boss on the outside. You know who, and down towards the inside, Son of a Beach. Speak Dollars and Cents goes all the way, wins it by 2. Chief is Boss second. You know who is third, Son of a Beach, Rilkoff, and Buddyville.
And that's everything I have for you today. And again, we're live on our presenting sponsor, Harness Link. Make sure to share, like, comment, subscribe, all the wonderful things you can do on social media. I'll be back Monday to recap everything that went on over the weekend. Got a lot of stuff going on the weekend. More stuff at Woodbine Mohawk Park. Big Saturday at Woodbine Mohawk Park. More stake races out in Western Canada. And, of course, everything going on in the United States. Thank you to our sponsor, Harness Bid, the game changer for the standardbred and harness racing bloodstock industry. To have a easy-to-use online platform that offers global reach, unparalleled transparency, and convenience for you, visit harnessbid.com. And thank you to the USTA for sponsoring our U.S. focus. I'll be back. Make sure to check out all the wonderful work at Harness Link. And on behalf of everyone at Harness Link, Ace Behind the Scenes, I'm Trey Colbeck. See you Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.